Well, hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
My name is Ace Guzman.
Welcome to Ace and Rich Live. I guess we're muted earlier,
Sorry about
so
that.
I was
Ace,
texting.
we got something exciting to share with you this evening that is going to help you really, understand how affiliate marketing works, and and not only that, but more importantly, how someone who's been struggling for so long in this industry
Yes.
is now winning affiliate marketing contests.
She's been on this show before, not once, not twice, but this is the third time she's
Three
been here.
times, lady.
Yes. And we're bringing her back for a victory lap because Michele Howell just took first place in our Gold Rush affiliate contest and beating out of 6 other contestants, making her mark all the way to the top as the #1 grand prize winner. And she's already earned over $4,600 in commissions in affiliate marketing with us.
Yes.
And that's been wild, hasn't it?
I mean, it's very wild. And I just want to say something. Michelle's the type of person is that she's really a hard worker, right? She gets out there and she just does it. She doesn't complain.
Yeah,
She doesn't whine. She just pretty much knows, like, okay, I need to do this and I'm going to do it. And that's it. She's learning. She's doing it, and now she's becoming a leader, and she's teaching it.
Yeah, so if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, could I really do this, Ace and Rich, Michele? Could I really do this? Tonight's your wake-up call. Stick around. We've got some stories. We got some mindset bombs to drop and real strategies that help Michele rise to the top. Let's roll.
Yes. Mike's check.
Mic check.
Okay,
awesome.
We're good.
Michele, we good?
Yeah, finally can hear you guys. Yep.
Awesome. It's all right.
Awesome.
Welcome back once again on the show. And thank you so much for being here tonight. Where's Zoe? Underneath the table? Somewhere, her bed?
Up next to me snoring.
That Zoe, guys, is her pug, and she's adorable.
So if you hear any snoring, you know it's the pug.
Yeah.
So
She's known for that, right? But Michele, welcome back. This is your third time with us. I mean, how does it feel coming back as the champion of the Gold Rush affiliate contest?
That's pretty exciting. I mean, I did not know that I was going to win. I wasn't even watching until you had me give you the tally up. So I was happy. I was surprised and excited.
Well, for those of you new to the show, guys are watching us live here on Facebook and YouTube. Can you briefly reintroduce yourself? Some people that don't know who you are, like where were you before when you started affiliate marketing? What was it that you were doing before affiliate?
Before affiliate, well, let's see. I was a nurse. I went back to get my master's in healthcare administration, and I ran several specialty medical practices. And then I couldn't work because of my narcolepsy after a while. So I decided I was my job. So I had to redefine myself. So then I thought I learned how to write. So I started writing cozy mystery series. And unfortunately, that doesn't bring any cash in. So I decided to try affiliate marketing. And my first investment in it was horrible. And I was very discouraged. I was very upset. And I don't know how, but one day I came across you. We just kind of connected on the internet, started talking. 2 Jersey girls.
That's right.
Nice,
We totally clicked
nice.
like peas and carrots, me and her, when I found out she was from Jersey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We didn't even talk business for a while, and then eventually we got down to that after maybe another call. But yeah, and then I believed in you guys. I trusted you. I wanted you as my coaches and my mentors. I'm doing your diamond coaching, the one-on-one. I'm doing your inner circle. And I have learned and grown so much in the last little over a year.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Awesome. Love the transparency there.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the commitment too. I mean,
Yes.
that's really important, and you definitely made that commitment.
Definitely.
So, now, what made you decide to enter the contest?
I'm a little competitive.
So you had that little competitive.
She likes a little challenge, you know?
Yeah, like us, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
I like
That's
that.
good. Yeah. And what was your strategy going in?
Well, first of all, my strategy should have been to make sure I have the right links when I go ahead and decide to do a solo ad. And so my first run, I did 200. And like you say, scale up. So the next one I did was 500, but we were testing something with Telegram, and I went to add something and somehow grabbed the whole wrong link. So then my Telegram was exploding with people. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to just give up. You found something good in it. I said, well, I'm going to try again. So then I went back and I gave them the right link and ran it again. And here we are.
Wow.
So what happened was you actually distributed the Telegram link to the solo ad vendor, correct?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
The Telegram link was supposed to be linked to my first welcome email, and somehow I grabbed the wrong link and sent it to the solo ad vendor. So then the Telegram was blowing up with people.
So when you were running that ad, all the people were going straight into Telegram.
Yes, and most of them didn't know why they were there, and the other ones that were there, and I told them why they were there, they had already had invested several times, but whoever they were with, they were getting no support. So a lot of them never did anything.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you ended up building relationships with someone by making a mistake.
I did.
That's cool. Think about that. She capitalized on a mistake. You're supposed to give the capture page link,
Right.
and stuff like that. So you gave the Telegram link by accident to a solo ad vendor, and then you start running this ad, and then all of a sudden you get all these people like coming into your Telegram group like, they're just crazy. And then you're like, well, you know what? I'm going to capitalize on this, and I'm going to, build relationships. I'm talking to these people, and that is awesome.
Which I'm pretty sure also, Michele, like you were saying earlier about your narcolepsy, do you think anything had to be connected to that? Maybe that's why you gave the wrong link, or, like, how did you handle that emotionally?
What, screwed up for the third time?
Right.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, were you in this type of a laughing mood, or not really? You were like going through something else?
Well, we were trying. Remember, I called you. I said I was trying to figure out why everything was going to Telegram and what did I do. And then I sent something off to the solo ad vendor to say, hey, can you tell me what's happening here? Right. And he said, here's the link you sent. And by that time, Rich was getting all these ideas already. The first time was, oh man, this is probably what happened. And then he's like, oh, but this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Capitalize on a mistake. Yeah, I mean,
Rich is always keeping his marketing cap on, and he sees the good in everything, even if stuff is bad. We may think it's bad because we made a mistake, but he has that. He can see, opportunity in certain areas. So when he saw that about the Telegram, he was like, I wonder if we could do that, right?
Yes.
And we were all jiving and laughing about it,
No, I'm glad. I'm glad
good.
that you capitalized on it, and because you just never know who you might meet out there, right?
Exactly.
And you being the leader and what you've accomplished and what you've done so far.
Yes.
People respect you for that.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. People can relate, and they'd be like, I make mistakes all the time. Sometimes I get emotionally attached to them, and then it kind of rubs me the wrong way, and then I feel like I want to throw in the towel and quit, right? And you've seen that from people.
A lot of people,
they're not ready to pursue forward past the mistakes because they don't see the failure as feedback. Guys, write that down, what I just said. Failure is feedback, right?
And you know what, Tracy Lee, just to really cut in here, Tracy Lee just said something, and we could always learn from our failures.
It's a good thing. You always learn. Every time you make something that's a mess.
Always look at the bright side of things. Always, even if it's a mistake. Because some people, when they make a mistake, I know people, they get angry. They get like
emotional.
Really
That's
pissed
why I was
off.
like, yeah.
And I'm like, don't get angry. Don't get pissed off.
Yeah.
Learn from that mistake. Capitalize on that mistake.
You gotta. Now, there were 7 people that actually joined this competition, and 3 people only came out on top, which we expected to. What gave you the edge?
Well, in one of our meetings in Inner Circle, there was something that I did not want to do because I knew what the result was going to be. So to satisfy parts of the competition, I satisfied that with running 200. And I got the exact results I thought I would get. Nothing. So when I upped it, I ran what I wanted to run. And I used the pages I created. And I got decent results.
Yes. And when you say upped it, you mean scaling, right? Scaling upwards to the next
Yeah,
level.
from the 200 to the 500.
Because the audience is like, upped it? Yeah, scale. She's talking about scaling.
Scaling. 200,
Scaling.
200 clicks, and then the next time was 500 clicks, because that's how the solo vendor runs. And then from there, I think it was like 750 or 1,000. But I've done that before with him, and this time I just stopped at the 500 since I messed it up the first time around.
I do like what you just said, though. You said about pages that you created.
Yes.
And that's amazing, because I remember when I first met you, I don't think you even knew how to create a page.
I wouldn't even do a video. Remember, I was scared to death to do videos. Now I don't want to do the written ones. I just want to do video.
Yeah. I mean, now you got the capture page, you got the bridge page now.
Right.
That's awesome. I mean, like I said, I remember when you didn't even know how to create a single page, not a capture page, not a bridge page. And now I love what you said. It's like, I did this with my own pages. I created my own pages. And that's awesome.
And I learned that in Inner Circle. And I did have a breakdown during the creating of pages. Ace knows, because I just was totally lost one night. And yes, like everybody else, I do cry. So I get frustrated with myself, and I don't get something.
You're human. Yeah, you're human. Things will happen like that. But it does help to have someone like a coach to help you get through those days, right?
Oh, yeah. You guys have got me through a lot. I mean, Rich's mindset is kind of how I was able to get through that fear, because it was a stupid fear. I didn't know why I was there until Rich helped me figure it out. And
no woo-woo stuff, right?
No woo-woo stuff. Nope. And it was only an hour. Like within an hour, he had something figured out that I had paid for mindset classes for, and it never came out.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, guys, we don't do the woo-woo bullshit. Rich is incredible.
Yeah, I get right to the mind. Right to the mind. Yep.
He can really I would consider Rich like a doctor with a scalpel. Like, he's like, I'm getting down to the root of the problem. Like, he knows, how to do this without all that woo-woo stuff that people do with meditation and all that. That stuff comes later. You want to really figure out the psychology of the setbacks and the roots of where they originated from, so that way you can pinpoint where they are from the subconscious part of your mind and dig them out, so that way they show up on the surface level. And then Rich goes into techniques that you didn't know you already had, that you can apply. What
power you have that nobody ever really taught you that existed, right?
Yes, and we do that in Diamond Coaching. So Michele, what habits, we'll talk about success habits, right? What habits did you double down on during the contest? Because it started September 1st and it ended the end of the month. So during that time frame, while you were actively building your online affiliate business with the program that you were running traffic to, what habits did you double down on?
Making sure that I was in constant contact. Like, if somebody came in, I did a video to introduce myself and tell them who I was. And then underneath, I put my contact information, asked them to call me. Some get back to you, some don't get back to you. But I still keep following up and see if I can get a hold of somebody, to get in there and get going. I mean, people purchase stuff, and I cannot figure out why they don't want the help after they've spent the money, because none of them know what to do. A lot of them never log in. So it's like, come on, guys. I'm available till 11 o'clock at night. Somebody's got to be available by then. So I just keep trying.
That's the
welcome to our world.
Yeah, that's the what they say. That's the 80-20 principle.
80-20 principle. Yes.
And then after that, you got to go to the 20% and find the diamonds in the rough after that.
Yes.
So it's just a constant sifting and sorting process that we go through, to find people that share core values with us. And it's like when you build your brand, right? You're building your brand right now. So you know what you stand for, you know what you stand against.
Yes.
And what happens is, you might not know it as you're doing it, but you are putting your brand together, right? Yeah. Because your brand, one of your core values to me seems like, you care about people's success, right? That's something that you stand for. So if you stand for that, that's part of your brand. Okay. So that's very important when you communicate with somebody, things like that. And you've also learned something too through our coaching, that we can't control other people's circumstances. All we could do is control what we can control, right? And people will also respect you more for that, right? And that's the important part.
All anybody has to do is reach out.
Marinating on it. Yeah, she's thinking like, okay. No, but this is good. We got a lot of people commenting right now on the live, which is awesome. And thank you guys for being here. And feel free, keep chiming in, drop those fire emojis. As soon as you hear a golden nugget or you have an aha moment, light bulb, ooh, that makes sense. Put that fire emoji right there in the chat or drop some hearts, okay? We're going to continue with this interview. Yep. You guys are getting value? Awesome. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so Michele, how did the support from the community, the dream team, our team, and the tools that we all share amongst each other, like the funnels and the training, like how did that help you stay focused?
Well, I mean, I created the funnels, created the bridge page, attached it to the ad that I wanted to use, and so that's what I went with. I love everybody on the dream team. Like, everybody is amazing. Everybody is very supportive of each other. We just help each other. Whether doesn't matter whose team you're on. You're part of the dream team. So, I mean, I will help anybody. You just call me and I will help you to whatever I can help you with. And if I can't, then we find Ace and Rich. So I can't get them usually at 11 o'clock at night, but
yeah, exactly. It's true. Yep.
But so, I love to teach, so I love to help people. And I know I've said this before, I've written about it before, and I've told people, like, if my team succeeds me and they get ahead of me, that's okay. That's great, because that means that they're learning from me.
Yes.
I'll catch up later, but it doesn't bother me at all. It's like, I don't know, maybe just because it's a role I've always been in, to push people to do better and try to set the example. Just like with the 90-day challenge, like, that's to get that started, but then you got to keep on everybody because everybody's dropping off.
That's great that you said that, because that is the mindset of a true leader. The leader becomes selfless and says, you know what? It's not about me. This is about you. Everybody get that? This is about you. This is about your success results. Don't worry about what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm considering what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. So if I make $50,000 a month or $100K, in a year, I'm not going to try to say, oh, I'm not going to give any of the stuff that worked for me for you. I'm going to share with you the tools, the training, the tips, the strategies, the tactics. It's up to you to do the work. And you can surpass me, and I'll be cool with that. We'll celebrate together.
Yes.
And
that's again, leadership. That's what I was saying before.
Yes.
About how, like, she doesn't make any excuses. Mm-hmm. She actually just, does the work.
Yes.
And speaking of the work, let's get down to, like, real conversation here. Now, you're proof that this business works. Okay. But it only works if you really do the work, right? And we know that.
If anybody saw my video yesterday, there were some real truths in that video of what it takes to do this. It's not just pay your money and you're done and everybody does the work for you. There's work. Like, when you first come in, the system will work for you, but that's giving you time to learn how to work the system. It only works for you so long on its own independently without you doing a darn thing. But it doesn't, you've got to learn. You've got to learn how to create the pages. You got to learn how to create your video bridge. You got to learn how to attach the ads. What ads do you want? I didn't want one of the ads. So what did I have to do? I had to get a different ad.
Boom. A little louder for the people in the back. That was a boom.
Again, that's the leadership conversation, right?
Yes.
You can see her leadership, which is amazing. Great transformation too.
Yeah, wow.
And here's the thing too. And we all know that, because I'm sure you've been through this now that you're starting to really get into in the trenches now and everything. You ever notice, like, people never really dive right in, majority, right? 80-20 principle. The majority don't dive into the pool, so to speak. What they do is they kind of tip their toe in the water. And that means they really don't take it seriously, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say to someone who's just, they're half in, right? They only, like, waist deep. They haven't gone under yet. They're just waist deep. What do you tell those kind of people?
What are you waiting for? Because it's not, if you just standing there and you're on the fence and you're not sure, like, should I get in? Should I get out? Then get out. Because if you're not going to get yourself all in and throw yourself into it and learn and do, then you're never going to be you're never going to get anywhere.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It doesn't happen by you watching other people.
Oh man, I love that.
Great answer.
You just basically just said either you're reactive or you're proactive. You know, it's like the analogy I use about getting in the game, right? Don't sit in the bleachers, get in the field, start getting dirty.
Yeah.
Right? That's exactly it, right? So how important is it treating, how important is it that treating a business like a real commitment
yes,
rather than a side hustle?
Oh gosh.
First of all, one of the things I said last night is that, first of all, if you're in this and you're not having fun at all, ever, get out. Okay? Because what you're doing has to be fun at some point too, because why are you doing it? All right. We're here because we want to live a laptop lifestyle. We want to eventually be able to have freedom to go on trips or whatever we want to do. Right. I want to help kids. I want to help support them and do special things for kids. But that's why I'm in, and that's why I'm working harder. And so I have my goals. But you have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. You have to learn. You can't just, it just doesn't happen because you're sitting there watching. You actually have to get in there and do it.
I love that.
You screw up. So what? Like I always say, imperfect action is better than no action. And every failure you learn from, and the only way you truly fail is if you quit on yourself.
I love that. I love that because it's kind of like, I've tried, I've succeeded, you know what I mean? But I also failed before I succeeded.
Yes.
And now you're starting to see the life of an entrepreneur. It's never a steady line, a steady stream, right? Like I remember my coach told me, like it's always about if you want that freedom that you're talking about here, Michelle, it's an up and down process. It's never a straight line.
No.
I remember when he was, we shared the stage in Vegas, me and him. I was on a little bit earlier. He was on later, and he actually showed a chart, and on a whiteboard, and he took his marker and he said, "Here's your life," and he put the straight line across. Most of you live this kind of life, right? Now let's talk about being an entrepreneur. And he said, "This is being an entrepreneur," and he drew up and down lines like that with his marker, and it got a lot of people's attention because people expect it to be, whatever they expect.
Yes.
It doesn't work that way, right?
Right.
Being an entrepreneur is very
there's different cycles.
Yeah, it's cycles. It's very unique, and you have to learn to go through the ups and downs.
Yes.
And if you don't know how to go through that, then it's you're not cut out for it. It's not for you. And this is why a lot of people end up getting coaching. This is why a lot of people end up learning more about themselves instead of about making the money, which leads me into the next one. Now, the contest wasn't just about money.
No.
It was about consistency. What did you learn about yourself during this process?
Other than the fact that I'm resilient because I made a mistake and I didn't quit, I just moved forward with it. And I think I've always been that way.
Yeah.
I've always been finding a way that, to try to come back. Like just because you made a mistake, just like I said, you learn. That's how you learn. I screwed up again. I did 3 times, but I didn't quit. I didn't give up. Yes, I get mad at myself, and that's normal. I have very little patience sometimes with myself, but I have plenty of patience with everybody else. So, and thank goodness Ace and Rich are living with patience.
We know where that comes from, don't we? When there's a lack of patience within us, we know where that comes from, right? It's not something that, we tell ourselves like, okay, I have no patience. You're just creating a self-identity about yourself that's not true. It's false, actually. So
I have no patience with myself.
Yeah, it's just a false identity. What we do is we create false identities within ourselves So, and that's why it connects to being successful in business, because whenever something doesn't go wrong, we reflect to creating new identities for ourselves to make ourselves feel better and justify our failures. And there's no need for that. If we're more down to earth with ourselves and really create the true reality of who we really are, and knowing that it's normal to feel the way that we feel, then we don't have to create new identities about ourselves. We accept us for who we are. It doesn't mean that we're impatient with ourselves. That's just an identity that we created. It's a lie. It's just something we created. We've heard it somewhere, didn't we? How many times have you heard it from somewhere in your past? I'm sure you heard it from many, many people in the past. I have no patience. I have no patience.
I have lots of patience for everybody else. It's just myself.
Right, but you've heard that before, I'm sure, from a lot of people in your past. I have no patience for myself. I'm impatient. See, this is what happens. This is what we reflect back to the subconscious mind, and we realize, where is this coming from? This is identity that I learned. Where did I learn that identity from? It wasn't from me, because I came into this earth with nothing. So everything was learned. So where did I learn that from?
That's deep.
You came impure. Yeah, see, this is where we have to do the work and reflect back. And where did I get that from? Why am I creating this identity who is not me? It's just a justification in the subconscious mind to let you know that you could excuse yourself when something doesn't go your way.
And just to touch on that,
Yeah.
There are certain triggers, right?
Yes.
That bring this out.
Yeah.
Certain triggers.
When something doesn't go your way, we reflect back to making excuses, and those excuses are new identities that we've created, which is not reality.
Did everybody get that just now? It just went deep.
It's not reality.
That's some good stuff, Rich.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, Michele? I mean, any goals that you've got your sights set on, like, right now that you've had this breakthrough with your first affiliate contest win?
I mean, I'm just going to keep going, and there's something else that I'm interested in that's in my wheelhouse that I also want to get into, and I'm already super excited too about that. So,
okay,
Awesome.
Okay, it's something exciting as far as like life changing.
Very much so. It changed my life. I mean, physically changed my life. And
well, being that we don't do a lot of promotion on our show, are you referring to something that you take in as far as like a health and wellness supplement or something, and without revealing the name of the company? Like, do you want to share what happened? I mean, this is interesting. What's going on?
Wow.
Well, the product is a combination of fish oil and polyphenols, which is the active ingredient that actually coats our cells. And it coats our cells. It can cross the blood-brain barrier, gets into your heart, throughout your body. What it does is it decreases inflammation in your body. There's nothing on the market like it. This company has learned how to do this all natural, and it changed my life because I have stage 4 endometriosis.
Sorry, say that again. You cut out.
I have stage 4 endometriosis on top of everything else.
Stage 4. Okay.
And I was on high doses of medications, fentanyl patches and injections and breakthrough meds for almost 50 years. And I started the product not thinking anything about it. See, I didn't know that part yet. I found a video and I learned so much of what it could do, but I started to feel better. And I started weaning myself off my meds. And
Wow.
Within 2 months, my pain levels, like from curling up in a ball and crying at a 12 when there's a 1 to 10. And now I feel great. It's just really weird after 50 years of crying a lot and being in so much pain to have the change. So that's exciting. And what it can do for people who have fertility issues and who have miscarriages. A woman had 22 miscarriages, started using this. What it also did was around the uterus, it thickened the lining around the uterus. And now it was something the fertility doctors had never seen before. They were amazed. They'd never seen it happen. The woman, after 4 months, she said, go ahead, get pregnant. She did. She carried the baby to term. It also helps prevent preterm births. It's also something that in a third trimester of a pregnancy that the mother needs to have for the baby because the baby's neural pathways are developing. And nowadays we see so much Asperger's, we see so much autism spectrums, we have ADHD kids,
Right.
ADD, cognitive disorders. That is all because, one, of our environment, two, because all our foods have been processed and it has chemicals in them that are unhealthy. So that's why the babies need this nutrient, and they try to pull it from the mom. If she doesn't have the DHA, it actually goes to the brain next. Your brain has some DHA in it. Baby brain is a real thing. Moms say, oh, I forget, I got baby brain. Well, that's because it's pulling that DHA, the omega-3s, from your brain. Still not enough for the baby, but that's what it's doing. Wow. So the baby needs that to be healthy. So it just does so much. I'm just so excited about what I can do. Girls who have painful periods, within the next cycle, they are fine. They have no more pain.
Let me say this because and this is like off the cuff here. How do you do it? I mean, you suffered for so long, and you're still investing in yourself, and you're running this business, and now you're getting into this now, what you're talking about, which is a physical product. And how do you do it, and how did you do it, knowing that you were going through all this pain? What kept you going?
I have a high pain tolerance. Two, I've been doing it for 50 years. I have narcolepsy. I have chronic fatigue. I have my constant migraines. I have chronic migraines. And then I had that. So I have never stopped working until the day that they finally told me I couldn't, because I could not physically stay awake and process anything anymore. It had gotten that bad. My narcolepsy did. And it wasn't, and I never quit because of all the pain I was in. It was the sleep, the narcolepsy. You can't run a business and fall asleep. I couldn't get to meetings. I'd be driving to a meeting. I'd have to pull over, and I'd wake up 3 hours later. I missed my meetings. So it just was getting really bad.
I know you a little bit because I've been coaching you and stuff like that, but every day it seems to me I learn something new about you.
I don't usually talk about my problems like that, it's just part of me, and to me that's just.
But that's good though, because it's good to be open and transparent. Yes. I think it's healing when we share things that are bottled up inside of us. Because by you sharing that with me, I learned something new about you, and it just helps me like understand and go, wow, for someone to do what she's doing and still go through that. And now she found something to relieve that pain, to relieve that problem. But let's just go before that. You still were going through pain. You still would, ball in the corner, put up in a ball in a corner and still cry at times because of the pain.
Right.
And still, build this business. Still,
I still have the laptop next to me.
Yeah, I mean that's
really
just
crying. But
for me. I like. The more I learn about you, the more respect I gain for you. Because a lot of people make so many excuses, and I can concur that I deal with my own stuff. You know
You do. Yeah.
But what you're sharing, it just makes me have a lot more respect and understand you more of what you go through and how you're starting to feel better because you're being more proactive in solving that problem. Wow, God bless you. That's an amazing story. And that's the thing.
Yes.
When you share these stories, when you're real with people, that's when they want to connect, right? When you're not real, when you're fake, that's when people don't want to connect with you. Because what happens is
they can't relate to that.
They can't relate.
Yeah. Are you sharing this live on your timeline right now? Is it on there? I hope your audience is seeing this because this is fascinating.
I don't know how to do that, so no, I don't think so.
Well. We'll make a page for you on this one.
I'll pop this into your timeline. Let me see if I'm allowed to do that because your audience is definitely totally missing out.
Yeah, just copy the link and just put it there.
Yeah, I'm going to put this on your wall. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm flabbergasted what I just heard right now. But I'm happy for you, though.
I am
I'm
too.
really, really happy for you.
For you to share that,
Yeah.
That's something that's private, but you came out and publicly, shared that story, and I think it's going to change a lot of people's lives as well as open their hearts and their minds to being, from pessimistic with all the problems and health challenges that they dealt with. Maybe they can relate to what you just said. Maybe they're a female trying to have a kid and they're dealing with that problem, and they could reach out to you. So if you're watching this live, based on this little segment just came out of nowhere, we're getting to learn more and more about our entrepreneurs, how they're involved in other opportunities, not just affiliate marketing, but they also have, products and services that they do offer. And what she's sharing, it seems to me that it's a breakthrough scientific technology-based type of product that is a supplement that's going to help people with these medical problems.
Wow.
And that's good, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, we're not doctors, so we don't know.
We don't claim anything.
But it's just a great story.
Yeah.
And I can tell you.
Results.
Yeah,
they're your results.
And I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
It's just very profound. It's very amazing. I'm excited for you. Important thing is that you're starting to feel better, and that's what matters. Because everybody wants to feel better.
They do. They do.
They're dealing with something that everybody wants to feel better. So that's incredible. I'm pumped. That's exciting.
Definitely. I think I'm trying to get it on her page and
now we talk about stories and and things like that, and
there it is.
And we
I
talk
got
about,
it on your page.
and we're talking about having a breakthrough. We're talking about taking things to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you a question, but I think it was already answered, right? The question was like, how are you going to tell your story to inspire your own audience and team moving forward? But I think they just heard it.
They did.
So there's no need for that question. You just laid it out in a way that it's going to captivate a lot of people. It really is. What advice would you give someone that's watching tonight right now, who's ready to just go all in with their business?
If they're ready to go all in, make sure you've got a great mentor and a coach, and that the person who's sponsoring you is going to be there for you also. Because when you go into something and you have no support and you're not even reaching out to somebody who is there, then you're just going to give up because you're going to be frustrated. You're not going to know what your next step is. So just make sure you have somebody who's going to support you, who's going to be there for you, and you've got a good coach.
Okay,
I agree with that part there, because when I was growing up, and I go way back so many years of starting in this industry, they used to say to us a myth, and it would be, it doesn't matter who you're sponsored by, what matters is what you're going to do. But we found over the years that that's been debunked, because what you're saying is true. If you sign up with somebody that doesn't have the credibility or results to get you through your first 30 days, right? Mm-hmm. Your first 90 days in the business, there's a high chance to, drop out, because that person is not available. They don't understand how to answer questions. They're not very supportive themselves.
Yeah, if I could think back when I first started in 2008, if nobody responded to me, I probably would have quit myself. But because the individual
point taken,
right? Because the individual responded to me, called me, started the dialogue and the conversation. It just works.
That's where we get it from. Follow up is key.
I'm just going about what I learned and what I've done.
Yes.
And it works. Mm-hmm. But if people are not willing to take that next step, then they're going to wonder why their results are more mediocre instead of massive.
Precisely, Ruth. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. You have to have support, and you have to be able to ask for the help. It's there. Yeah. But if you're not going to ask for it, and you're not going to make the time to get the help to get set up, then that's on you. Because I'm here, you guys are there. You need somebody like that.
Yeah, and when you're actually getting new sales coming into your business, we don't rely on the systems itself. They could be the most highest technology system.
Even if they have AI included, we don't rely on it.
I was told a long time ago, back 2008, they told me, oh, you'll never have to talk to anybody, and That's how they got me, right? But I realized that that's not the case because they called me. So if that's the case, why did they call me? Right? So,
That's true.
but that's what made me stick when they called me and I started the relationship and stuff. So now I look at right now, like what you should be doing is connecting with your signups when they first sign up. When you get your first sign up, whether they're going to stay or not doesn't matter. It matters what you do. That's why your leadership comes out. You make that call. You give a text, whatever it is. Me, I'll call them.
Yes.
Like, hey, how you doing? Want to get on a video call with you. Why video? Because I want to see them. I want to see their facial expressions. I want them to see my facial expressions. And I want to let them know that I'm there for them. Not by voice. You can see my face. Okay, where I can create that bond and that connection. And that's what we've always done. And it's just worked out the best for us. That's why I really think when you make those sales and those sales are coming in, you should always reach out. Again, control what you can control. Forget about what everybody else is thinking.
Yes.
You do what you have to do. That's your business. If they do not want to build their business, like you said, Michelle, it's on them. But most people, they just go into this business not thinking, wow, this is a real person. This is a really live person. They don't treat it like that. They treat it like just a number. Oh, it's just a sale that came in. No, that's a person. Reach out, call. Hey, I want to welcome you. Man, it's just exciting that you signed up. Whatever the name of the company. I want to name companies, but because people have different companies that are watching this.
They do. Yeah.
Be excited. Like, hey, I see you just signed up. Yes. Hey, I'm here to guide you. Let's get to know you and let's build that bond, build that relationship.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Ask questions. Get to know who that person is. That brainy person that opened up their credit card and made that buying decision. Yes. Right? And it shows that you care about them when you ask questions about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
I don't think so. I try to make contact if I can't get them by phone. That's why I decided to start doing a video, because then they can see who I am. And then I also say, hey, if you want to know the type of person I am, go to my Facebook. I'm doing a challenge. Go check out my videos, and you will see, you'll learn about me. You'll also learn on how I teach, how I give out information.
Now, I'm going to coach you a little bit here. On live, everybody here, never say if.
What did I say?
Yep, never say if. Because if you say if, you're giving them an ultimatum, right? If I'm on video and I have a page and I send it to somebody, I'm going to say, hey, listen, I'm the one that actually invited you into an XYZ, okay? Be sure to head on over to my page. I'd love to see you there. Because I don't want to give any doubt for them or give them an ultimatum if they want to see me, if they want to stay in the business, if, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I just provide, I say, here's my Facebook link, go here, check out my videos.
No, that's good.
But it's good that you caught that, because I don't think she's the only one that does that. I think a lot of our viewers actually are seeing this. It's a natural thing that happens to you because, we are in dialogue and conversation all the time. We don't think that the word if can actually self-sabotage your results when you are building a business. But when it comes to sales, you cannot use the word if in your dialogue, because that will give your customer or your prospect or your lead an ultimatum. And we don't want to give them that, because that's how people close sales. Yeah. Right?
Yep. We never say if. We always go, be sure. Okay. Like, that's like me if I create a video. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. No. Click that damn bell. Okay. That thumbs up. All right.
Yeah.
You got to tell them what to do.
Yes.
Click on the link below this video. There is a link. It's going to go to a page. Put your email in there. Get the information. If you're serious, let's get started. No, you don't say if you're serious. You say, we'll see you on the other side.
It's all about changing the
Most
language.
people do that. They'll go, if.
Yeah.
No. I'll see you on the inside. You have to be a matter of fact when you communicate with people.
You do. And then what that does is it builds your level of confidence, but also your closing ratio when it comes to closing sales on your own.
I was told that by one of my first mentors, and it was a woman, her name was Maria, and she said, never say if, always say be sure, and make sure that you tell them to click the link below this video. Okay? Tell them, because she said, if you don't tell them what to do, if you give them an ultimatum, and if it's an ultimatum, you don't want to give an ultimatum because you're choosing two roads, two paths. I don't want to give them two paths. I only want one path. Okay? Click the link below this video. Not, if you want more information, click the link below this video. No, you want information. That's why you're here.
Damn, that was good.
That's what it's about.
That was good.
You know?
Yes.
And that's how we close many sales over the years.
Yeah, because Rich and I, you know what, whether you guys know it or not in our audience, we are closers for a company. And we do the high ticket closes on the back end. Believe it or not, we never thought that we would ever be chosen to do that kind of a role. And we help serve people like Michele, who are all in members.
Yep.
And
if she needs any help, we're there for her.
Yeah, when we communicate with these people for the entire company, you know, we tend to find a lot of people that are unsure about going all in, but rarely we don't use the word if in that context.
Yeah, we never say if you're interested. Yeah, if you're interested. If you want this, it's more about like
point, guide, and direct.
Yeah, point, guide, direct.
We do point, guide, and direct, and you know the person's ready to go all in. We never leave the call until they are actually all in.
And you're on that call with them, so you also learn how to do it yourself.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing you all in.
Looking forward to seeing you all in. We use that
right
in our closes. Yeah.
Even if they have doubts, we don't have doubts.
No.
We're looking forward to seeing them.
Doesn't even matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we don't care about hearing like, oh, they don't have the money and things like that. They always have the money. They just don't know how to think about it.
What I've learned about people and money, and Jeffrey taught me this, it's the relationship with money that they have.
Yes.
So you can't put your circumstances with someone else's circumstance. When someone says they don't have the money, that just means not right now.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean they can't make that decision. I've closed so many deals where people say they didn't have the money, and they still bought.
Yeah, amazing.
Right?
It's amazing.
It's because that's all they know as a defense mechanism, right? Because they don't like to be sold to.
No.
Right. But if you explain it in the right way, if you ask the right questions, you can point, guide, direct them, and make that sale.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we got to the point that in our early days of closing, we would not get off the video call until that sale was made, right? Like we would like share the screen. They would literally put their credit card in.
Yeah.
I say, okay, now shut the video off, put your information in. And then we would get off the call after we knew they made the purchase and they're already in. After that call, we would not walk away until the sale was final.
And we did that in both industries,
yeah.
Network marketing and high ticket affiliate marketing.
Yep. And that's how we close more. Okay, there's people that they assume things. You can't assume in this business. You have to be sure.
A lot of golden bars tonight, guys, that we're sharing.
Yeah, if you wait to the end, you got some good stuff. You know?
Yes,
but I tell you, Michele, I've seen a transition in you. I've seen your leadership just like grow.
Oh yeah.
Just by the conversation we were having today. Like I can tell it's you know, you're always working on yourself. I can see that, and that's why I'm always, you know, pointing out things to help you keep growing, because, you know, we never stop learning. Even myself, I'm always learning new stuff. Always
be a student of the industry. Never think you know everything. Never think that you are not teachable or coachable. Don't think like that. Always be like, empty your cup.
Yes.
Empty your cup.
Every mentor that I have been mentored by still is a student.
Yeah.
They never stop. Never stop.
Let's take a look at the comments over here. We've got some comments. Let me scroll up here. We got some laugh out louds. We got some thumbs ups. We got some fire emojis, some hand claps, some applauses. Let's see over here. Way to go, Michele. Francis Austin, all the way from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Tracy Lee says we can always learn from our failure. It's a good thing. Great stuff, Michele, from Francis. Tracy Lee says, been there. It's exciting. Francis Austin replies, I'm kicking myself. I got my coaching timing wrong yesterday because of daylight savings time, because now I'm stalled. I'm so mad. I needed to ask a couple of questions to get unstuck.
Well, let's see what we could do about this weekend. I got a couple things to do, but I'll probably find an opening this weekend. If you're available, we can make that up.
Awesome. Francis says it is all about helping others. Michelle, yes.
It's about putting other people first. It really is.
Tracy Lee says their mindset is messed up. Yes. And let's see. Francis says mine is a lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence, that means that you're not sure of yourself. And if you're not sure of yourself, that also reflects from the past.
The past.
Where did you learn that from? How come you're not sure of yourself? Right? Sometimes the answers are so simple and staring right at us that we just miss it. We really do. Again, it goes back to everything is learned. Nothing is like, it just didn't appear like you invented it. You didn't invent anything.
Right.
The ego invented everything.
He blows me away every time.
Yeah, the ego invented everything. The ego loves to hear other people. It loves to hear other people's problems.
And it just like what?
Collects it? It just collects it. You could be sitting at a table having dinner, and someone else could be in another table having dinner, and then you're not eavesdropping, but automatically you do hear background sounds. Woo! And somebody actually has a conversation.
Damn.
That conversation could come into your subconscious mind, whether you know it or not. The mind doesn't know the difference. It only knows gathering information. The only difference to really understand it is to be aware of it, that it's happening. And if you're aware of it's happening, then you can control that ego that's trying to suck all that information in.
Dude, what's in the coffee? You are dropping some mad value tonight, man. Yeah. That is awesome.
It's true.
Oh my goodness.
It's true.
Let's see here. Francis says, I organized a call with Neil when I first signed up.
You know what? I'm going to say something here. Maybe it's in the coffee tonight. I don't know. But it's kind of like, okay, let's talk about Christianity for a second, right? There's people that are become, born again Christian, and, they're Christians or they're Catholic or whatever religion is. And what happens is people have an ego. And what they do is they create barriers around themselves. And they don't fully surrender themselves to their religion. Ooh. Right? You have
now you're really talking to the people.
Yeah,
in the
back. you have to really. But again, it's like
it's
like with everything.
Yes.
Your ego controls you.
The ego.
Like, and I'll tell you, an experience that I had not too long ago. I basically, I try to be a tough guy, right? I try to control everything, right? Maybe because I'm a guy, I guess, I don't know. I try to control everything. I try to, make sure things go a certain way, and I try really, really hard. Well, the other day, I had a breakdown, and I surrendered completely myself to God completely. I let everything go, and what I did was I let go of all my burdens,
Amen.
which is my ego, and I surrendered it to God. And what was weird is I was talking to someone who's a Christian. And she told me, that's in the Bible, right? And I don't read the Bible, guys, just so you know. And she goes, exactly what you said is in the Bible, and that's what you just did. And I was like, no, I felt that I had to, because there was too much that I was holding myself back from, right? Even I'm not perfect, right? Even I'm not perfect. Because I can coach, but it doesn't matter that I'm not dealing with my own stuff. Okay?
Holla.
Right. So, but you learn and gain through experience, and you're always going to be challenged. You can get coached from the greats, for years.
Yes.
And you're still going to have challenges because you're only human. The difference is to recognize when those challenges appear. And when you actually have a breakthrough, you must have a breakdown before that breakthrough. And again, I had a serious breakdown. And and you know what it felt like afterwards? It felt like once I surrendered myself completely, I felt a little bit lighter, and I got a lot more clarity. I felt like I was losing clarity because all the control that I was trying to create.
Wow.
So, and that's what happens with us when we run a business. We're trying to control everything. We're trying to, feel like we know it all. And the reality is you can't control someone else when you're running a business.
That's
you
true.
Can't control what the decisions are.
No,
all you can do is control your own decisions.
That's true.
So you have to surrender that ego. Don't try to expect someone to act a certain way when they sign up for the business. Only expect what you can do for yourself. and show up for them.
Absolutely.
And what they do is on them because they have their own ego they got to deal with. So, yeah, just surrender. And everything will become a lot more clear. So, just want to share that.
Francis says, bless you and Rich. I have to do that every day. Get a daily reading plan, Rich.
It's tough when you surrender, because when I had that breakdown, it went on for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I get emotional every now and then, but
yeah,
it was tough. So just to let you know, Michele, I commend you. I really, really do, for what you've gone through for so many years, and what you have accomplished and where you're going. I just commend you.
It takes a lot of courage and strength. So you do have a lot of courage and strength. Even when you think you don't, you do have a lot of courage and strength to get this far.
We're our worst own enemy. We want to put ourselves down by default.
You guys help me find that again, though. Like, I feel like I'm the person I used to be.
Yeah.
When I worked and ran businesses and trained people. That's like, I guess I lost, like Francis said, you lose your confidence because I was my job and I didn't have that more. And so you lose that along the way. And recently, you guys have taught me how to, I guess, get that back, because I feel very different.
I'm glad.
That's incredible. That definitely helps us. Like, it really warms our heart to know that, because, when we become selfless, like, let's take, for example, the leaderboards. When we see the leaderboards, we look back, normally we see a lot of top earners. What they do is they, show their leaderboard and then they talk about themselves a lot. The difference between us and them, we don't really talk about ourselves too much. We spend more time celebrating. Hey, Zoe. Celebrating everybody. This is Zoe. Zoe
has to see Ace.
If you heard any snoring,
it would be her.
That's where you heard
That's
it from.
Zoe. I was saying that we celebrate our team members' results first before we celebrate ourselves. We do this on our own profile. Why do we do that? Because we want to show the audience, our profile, our following, our friends, our connections, that it's not about just us. It's also about you. And we know how hard it can be to reach an achievement or rank on a company leaderboard. It takes work, like Michele said. And so each and every week, our leaderboard changes in our company.
Yeah.
And we recognize not just fellow team members, but also community team members as well. Right, Michele?
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially if we know them or know of them, we're going to celebrate those results as well in the community and, with our email list and things like that, because stories like that, they get around fast.
Rich is on the leaderboard, guys. He's a top earner, one of the top earners. He is also on the other leaderboard with top producers. So, yay, Rich!
Yay, Rich! My name is supposed to be there, guys, but they only can put one name, so they put Rich's name. But
it's really nice and Rich.
That's okay. When they put the check across the stage, I'll be right next to him.
I'm Ace. Don't forget me.
Don't forget me. I'm the one doing the work. But we do work together as a couple, and we do attract other couples as well. We love attracting couples. We have a couple couples actually in our business. And, solopreneurs like Michele, she has a team behind her. And if you're watching this live,
I have an amazing team.
These amazing team members we've been able to know and help as well. They are next. They are right on her coattails.
And a lot of them are on the leaderboard.
They are on the leaderboards. So if you are on Michele Howell's team and you're watching her live right here, right now, or replay, #replay, give a shout out to your sponsor, Michele Howell. Congratulate her, right? And if you're aspiring to be on the dream team with Michele, definitely hit her up, send her a DM on Facebook Messenger, and tell her you're ready to get started. Okay? Because then you're going to experience one of the most amazing experiences in your journey. Is you're not going to be left holding the bag anymore. That's done. That's over with. With Michele, you're going to get the right support you always dreamed of. You're going to get the right guidance you always wanted. And you're going to get the right results with Ace and Rich's help.
Francis says,
what
she's like, yeah, Rich, you rock. Come on. It's no jealousy.
No jealousy. I keep telling the owner, change the name. It was like only one name. I was like, oh man.
Maybe they should just say AR.
That's why we are A&R. That's because there's no room.
Yep. So that's why we call it AR Freedom by Design, right? We always put AR for
It's
everything.
too long. Anastasia and Richard. Yeah, it's too long. So it's Ace and Rich. It fits. It fits,
Yeah.
Let's see. Francis says, I tend to let the hiccups throw me instead of pushing me ahead. That's very good that you shared that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy to accept, the hiccups because, we're so used to it. We're so used to it. So I would just understand that, accept those hiccups. It's normal. We're human. There are always going to be hiccups. And we need to overcome those challenges by telling ourselves that we are good enough, because when those hiccups come, they kind of beat us up a little bit. It's kind of like they keep chipping away at the stone, right?
Yes.
And then, as it keeps chipping away, it's a new verse comes in and says, you're not good enough because of this. You're not good enough because of that. And it just keeps adding new chips
Yes.
until you're like beat up, right?
Yes.
So just accept it as it is, and understand that you're normal, but never ever tell yourself that you're not good enough, and never accept nothing less that you're great.
Absolutely.
Right? Because those hiccups will beat you up a little bit at a time, and they'll just keep chipping at the stone. But don't let it. Don't let it.
Yeah. Francis says they teach fun. Oh, we have a great time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like we do team huddles on Sundays with Michelle and on the rest of the team. And we know how to really make education enjoyable.
Yeah.
Who likes to do that, right? Make education enjoyable, because sometimes when it comes to affiliate marketing, it's really boring, and we know it. There's no sugarcoating that. There's people that talk about this for 2 hours, and you're just sitting there nodding off at the wheel. You got to make sure that when it comes to education, just like any teacher would want to have from their students as far as feedback, is to either gamify it, make it fun and enjoyable, even when you make mistakes are enjoyable. Then it's going to sink in, and you won't feel so bad, and you'll learn. And as you learn, you grow.
What did this last comment, Tracy Lee
says?
We
got to wrap this up soon.
Wait until you see Ace and Rich live. Now, Tracy Lee met us at a couple of live events that we were speaking on.
Yeah, he said have breakfast with Ace and Rich.
Yeah, we had breakfast with us as well, which is fun, just hanging out. It was cool.
Yep, we're the same today, yesterday, tomorrow. We're always going to be the same, no matter how much money Rich and I earn in this industry, we always stay humble. We always stay who we are. We never forget where we come from. The Motel 6 story is pretty much where it started, and we'll never forget that. And we'll always keep sharing that breakthrough, because we don't know out there if you're that person who is going through some hard times right now and you're worried about 2026. This is the last quarter and you haven't done anything with your life.
Absolutely.
You haven't really found your path. You haven't really found if you really want to do this affiliate marketing thing or you want to do this network marketing thing. You don't really know, right? You're not really clear. Maybe you're a part of a program right now and you're not having fun.
In other words, the simple question is whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not.
Pretty much.
That's really the question.
It's going to come down to you making that decision. Nobody can make that decision for you. But what we can do is we can evaluate where you are and where you want to go as far as your path and your direction, and then point you in the right direction. And we can help you find the right program that fits your budget and your goal.
Exactly.
You're not going to be given something that we know as coaches that you don't fit. Because we'll tell you right off the bat, sorry, this ain't for you. You got to go back to work.
Yep.
We will tell you straight up. We do not sugarcoat. And it's better this way than for you to go through the hard time and go, you know what, I should have never made that decision. We don't want you to have regrets. We want you to be like, you know what, I'm glad I made that decision and I was able to find out in time this was not for me. But you got to do it. You got to make the decision. You got to do it. And if you fail along the way, at least you did it. And you discovered it.
Yeah, but you'll learn something from that.
You will.
Right? And that might drive more hunger. Right?
Mm-hmm. So. It's like American Idol, right? What happens to them when they actually don't win?
Oh, yeah.
They get this close and then they go, no, you're not good enough. And then they go, I'll show you.
Yeah. You know what? That happened between Metallica and Megadeth. There's a story about that.
There you go.
Yeah, Megadeth Dave Mustaine. He was mad at Metallica, and he says, "I'm going to show you. I'm going to make one of the best metal bands out there." And you know what? He did. He did. He built an amazing brand, and that band went out to be like one of the most successful metal bands out there, right? Just to rival Metallica.
Any metal fan loving guys out there, want to do affiliate marketing, hit Rich up. Let me see. Tracy Lee says, I remember when you told me this wasn't for you. Laugh out loud. I did say that.
Yeah, see, you remember.
And look how long he's definitely been around. We kept the relationship alive. And you know what? It's time for him to return back to the field, hit and say, hey, coach, put me back in the game. That's exactly how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Come back. You could always come back.
That's right.
Even when you quit. Like, is there any room for me out there in the field? Plenty of room. Come on out. Let's go.
Every day is always an opportunity for a new day when you wake up. And when you wake up, always have gratitude that you woke up that day.
Amazing interview. Thank you so much, Michele and Zoe, for being here tonight on our show. And guys, like I said, you're going to be watching a replay. Definitely have any questions for us that you didn't think about tonight.
Yes.
Post your questions below this video down here. Hit us up. Click on the link inside our description. It'll take you to a page you can check out more information about working with us and our recommended program. And we are also on Telegram, right?
Yes, we are.
Ace and Rich on Telegram. So you can definitely hit us up that way. And Michele's team, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here in support of her. We see you tonight.
Rock.
Thank you, guys. And Michele, keep crushing it. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Excited.
All right. Awesome. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Good night,
and we'll see you on a new live very soon, guys. Have a good one.
Good night.